Ever dream of traveling or buying the home of your dreams? Welcome to Joel Nagel's Global Wealth Fortress Report with successful global investment and estate planning expert Joel Nagel, who knows how to turn your investment dreams into reality. Joel is now making available, absolutely free, a whole new approach to asset protection and estate planning. It's simple, it's smart, and it can be customized either for seasoned investors or for those who want to seriously grow even your most modest assets. Joel is excited to share his strategies and instincts with you absolutely free because he's helped thousands of investors like you achieve real results, and he knows you can be the next. So, sit back and enjoy Joel Nagel's offshore expert advice on how you can live the good life at a great price, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress.
Hello, welcome to another issue of the Global Wealth Fortress Report. My name is Joel Nagel, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more today about ways that you can protect your wealth. That's really what this podcast series is all about. It's really about leading with defense to make sure that you can achieve your goals and objectives. If you want to use a sports analogy, the great Bear Bryant once said, offense can help you win games, but defense wins championships. I'm from Pittsburgh, and in Pittsburgh, we have the great history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the famous steel curtain defense. And, when Chuck Noll became the Steelers coach in 1969, he made it a priority to focus on defense first. The first person he drafted was a fellow you've probably all heard of by the name of Mean Joe Green. And Mean Joe was once famously said that, with a good offense, you may win games, but with a great defense, you will win games. And I sort of grew up in that period. I was born in 1965. So in 1974, when the Steelers went to their first Super Bowl IX, I was also 9 years old. And, I'll never forget that Super Bowl. The halftime score, by the way, was 2-0, which is still the lowest halftime score in Super Bowl history. And of course, how do you score 2 points in football? You score it with a safety, and that's scored by the defense. So I really love that sports analogy because when it comes to our financial affairs and how we proceed, how we steward our wealth, how we grow it, how we pass it on to our heirs, we really have to start with a defense mentality. Now, a lot of people have said, Joel, how did you get into this business? It's a pretty unique position, talking about global wealth protection, which is what I've been doing for the last 31 years. And I guess like many people, your career that you eventually take on comes largely from your early childhood experiences. And when I was just still an infant, my father died in a tragic accident, and I was only 6 months old. So I actually never knew my father. But what I did learn throughout my childhood years, and I learned to appreciate my later years, were the steps my father, who was a very middle-class working person, had a small car dealership, but the steps he had taken to protect, preserve, and pass on his wealth for his family. He had a small trust, he had some life insurance that paid off our home. My mother was always able to stay home with me and my siblings and take care of us, from a personal level, because the major financial issues were resolved. And even today, when I'm helping a client, whether it's again a very wealthy person working on a very complex structure, or a person of more modest means working on a more modest structure, I always think back to my own childhood. I mean, my mother was widowed at the age of 27. She had 4 children, and I'm sure that the trials and tribulations that she went through were just unimaginable. I have a big family. I like to talk about my family. I have 7 children, but full-time dad, full-time mom. we're working hard together to take care of our children's needs. Well, here's my mother, 27 years old, 4 children, and she was really able to focus on us because much of the financial worries in life had been addressed by my father. And we were able to live, I wouldn't say any kind of luxurious childhood, but our basic needs were met. I never worried about going hungry. I always had I lived in the same home, which fortunately the life insurance from my father paid off our house, which was in a trust. And so I think about that all the time when I'm helping folks, and I think about the old Boy Scout adages: you hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. And asset protection planning is really that. It's preparing for the worst. We want to make sure that no matter what storm clouds come at you from whatever directions, whether it's death, disease, bankruptcy, lawsuits, divorce, whatever it is, we want to make sure that we can help you protect and preserve your wealth for yourself, for your heirs, whoever those heirs may be, or even if it's for charities and things like that. At least you want your money to go where it's supposed to go. So that's a little bit about my background. Tomorrow I'm going to be jumping into talking a lot more about trust specifically. An asset protection trust is the most important legal structure that's out there. So to me, it's the starting point. It's really what helps people to insulate themselves from lawsuits, and is also the main vehicle to help carry assets from one generation to the next. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I want to thank you for tuning in with me today on the Global Wealth Fortress Report. I hope you'll take a moment to read the compendium article, as well as some of the free reports we have available for you. 15 Global Strategies to Protect Your Wealth is a very popular one, as well as how you can legally move your IRA accounts offshore. So I hope you'll take advantage of those free reports. Until next time, I wish you health, happiness, and a wealth that cannot be attacked. And see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks for joining Joel Nagel and the Global Wealth Fortress Report, a whole new approach to asset protection and estate planning that's proven to give you the good life that you deserve, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress. Be sure to subscribe to Joel's daily newsletter, absolutely free of charge. And be sure to connect with Joel on Instagram and Facebook too, to get regular updates and great investment tips. The next Joel Nagel Global Wealth Fortress Report is on its way soon, so be sure to check your inbox for your path to smart investing with Joel Nagel. Thanks for watching.